Okay, we've had some new parts arrive. We've had this from LOF Clutches. And let's have a look. Ooh, that's what we're talking about. Where's my new clutch plate? A shiny new clutch plate. Should be a spigot bush in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. New spigot bush, new bolts, and just some grease for the input shaft. Okay. Got our 3D printed alignment tool. Fits. Oh, should fit perfect. We've also got shook part getting in line. Nice new gearbox mount. I think there's a nice shiny new cross member. We should be okay to start putting it back together. I want to check our alignment tool works. It's absolutely like a glove. Perfect. There's a bit more meat on this one. Fingers crossed this sorts the issue. Okay, so I wanted to give this flywheel a clean up. Let's see. Oh, there goes the light. It's rather rusty. I'm going to get that spigot bush out in there. So I've got some Scotch-Brite. We'll give it a quick rub down, see if it comes up. Get some of that surface rust off it. Okay, so I've admitted defeat. I tried to make this rudimentary slide hammer. Not too bad, but just wasn't man enough to get the spigot bush out of the flywheel. So I had to take the flywheel off. There it is in there. Some people say you pack grease in there and then hit it and it should pop out, but it's in way too tight. So I'm just going to have to tap it around the edge and see if we can get it out through the bottom. Out, yes. It's a bit mould actually. Look at that around that top bit. Completely mould. Let's see if it'll focus. So I don't know if surface rust is good or bad or what, but I don't know enough about it. I'm going to clean it off and see. I like things shiny. Okay, out with the old. That's not from me trying to get it out, that is just damage that's been on it. Look at this side. See, maybe it's from trying to get the gearbox in, alright. It's damaged it, possibly, but oh well. Nice new shiny spigot bush in there now. Didn't want to take the flywheel off the car, but that was so much easier doing it like that. Maybe I should have done that at the start. There's a theme emerging here. Okay, so we're a week on from the previous footage. The weather's been playing havoc. The howling gales and pouring rain. I've just not been motivated to get out and work on the Land Rover in any of that. So whilst I've been wanting to, it's not been too appealing. So I've just come back down now. On the last one we got the spigot bush back in the flywheel. I've just cleaned up the flywheel mounting bolts, so I've got to get the torque figures for those and get the flywheel remounted. There's a bit of painting I want to do in the chassis rails that have been hidden by the gearbox, haven't been able to get to, so I can do that now. It's dry inside the Land Rover, so that'll be fine. But before I can do any of that, I have to tidy up this garage. I've made quite a mess, so I hate it when I kind of pull out all my tools, leave them lying around, and then I end up tripping over them, making a real mess. So I'm going to get all this tidied up, put away, and then I'll get back out and remount that flywheel with my nicely cleaned up bolts. Okay, just checking the manual for the flywheel bolt torque. So flywheel bolts, 60-65 pound-feet torque. And then the clutch cover bolts, where are we going? Clutch cover bolts, 22 to 25. Okay, I didn't film this going back in because I would have centered most of it out. It's just swearing. It's bloody heavy. In the end I ended up using these two as like dowels. They're not the correct thread type, it's just something to locate it on to get this centre on the output of the engine there. And now I can just bang some of the bolts back in with some Loctite, torque them up, and hopefully that is that. So for the eagle eyes, you've probably noticed I've lost one of the flywheel bolts. God knows where that's gone, so you're going to have to excuse me while I go in search, but at least we got it mounted. And we've got 7 of the 8 bolts in, they're all torqued up, so just the last one to find. God knows where it is. So I found the flywheel bolt in there. I must have put it in while I was looking for something of a similar size to make the dowels with. Thank God, I wouldn't have even, how the hell I would have found that, I don't know. But oh well, it's back. Let's go and pop it on the car. So I think we're at the stage now where we can mount our clutch. Let's get the bits and bobs. There she is. Shiny and new. Boom, I need 2 ends. Right, perfect. There it is in all its glory. Let's go and drop this back into the car. Okay, clutch lined up with our nice eBay purchased 3D printed clutch alignment tool. Let's get the clutch cover and bolt that on next. Oh, it's the following day. We are back. We didn't get the pressure plate mounted yesterday as we'd hoped for. It is still here. I could not get the little lugs. There's 2 lugs on there. Could not get those to line up last night. So we're going to have another bash today. I lost the light last night. It was cold, horrible. It's windy out there and rainy again today, as it seems to be all the time. Another thing I had to do, this little stabilizer bar, I don't know if you can see those little bushings, they're in a terrible state. These ones aren't too bad, this end. So I've ordered up another 4, maybe 5 of those. So let's get back under the Land Rover and get this pressure plate mounted. Okay, so pressure plate and clutch plate mounted. I didn't film it, she's a bit of a brute and I'm working in pretty confined space here, so I needed both hands and all concentration on the task. My next job, I don't know if you remember this brake line getting caught when the gearbox came out. I think it's okay, it's no leaks, but I want to make sure it's all pinned, you know, and tidied up and clamped along here properly, just so it can't happen again. So you can see there's the old clips here. There's one I put in there, there's an old clip there. I think there's another one over there somewhere. So there's 3 where it would have been mounted to the back of this cross member in the past. So I'm going to try and get this fixed before, while I've still got good access to it, and then we can look at remounting the gearbox. Okay, so I didn't film a great deal of that because it's just a tight little spot there. By the time you're in it, I'll try and put the camera anywhere. Excuse me. All you can see is my bony ass. So to spare you that, I drilled, let's see down here, 1, 2, 3, 6mm holes, and mounted those brake plate clamps in, and now it's held really nicely to the back of that cross member. So hopefully between that and a nice LOF clutch, and then with a new friction plate, that should be the end to our problem. So I think the next job is to get the gearbox mounted back in, which is down here, to get that gearbox back to that bell housing. Okay, so we have our chip part gearbox mounts, but they're in far better shape than the old ones. Just going to put these into these. So the larger of these two, largest passenger, smallest driver. So I want to get these fitted to the gearbox and then lift the gearbox up, mount the gearbox to the bell housing, and then put the cross member back in place and lower it all down onto the cross member. That'll be the plan. Should be 17s. Yep. I'm putting these on now because I don't know how good the access is to these bolts, these nuts rather, afterwards. And there's not a lot of play in these anyway, so it's not like leaving them loose is going to give me much in terms of alignment or anything.